The story begins in California, where two relatives, Ben and his nephew Ally, are assigned to transport a shipment of diamonds to a jewelry store owned by Sammy Kassam. Although Ben has handled similar jobs many times before and remains calm, Ally is clearly nervous because it is his first assignment. Sensing his anxiety, Ben asks whether he remembered to bring his pistol and reminds him to stay alert in case anything goes wrong during the delivery. Elsewhere in the city, a skilled criminal named Davis carefully prepares for a mission. After checking his equipment, weapon, and tracking device, he begins following a man named Masood. Before long, Davis intercepts Masood's vehicle, forces him out at gunpoint, searches him for weapons, confiscates his phone, locks him inside the trunk of his own car, and drives away. Back at the jewelry store, Sammy hands Ben a briefcase supposedly filled with diamonds. Privately, he reveals that the stones inside the briefcase are fake, while the genuine diamonds are hidden inside Ben's socks. Sammy instructs Ben not to tell Ally about the switch, proving that trust is scarce even among partners. He also mentions that someone else will secretly monitor the delivery to make sure the diamonds safely reach their destination. Ben and Ally leave without realizing that Davis has already begun tracking their every move, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike. Their journey is interrupted when they reach a quiet, isolated area. Davis deliberately crashes into their vehicle before stepping out with a gun and ordering both men to raise their hands. Ally freezes in fear, while Ben struggles to remain composed. Davis demands the real diamonds along with the documents proving their value. His detailed knowledge shocks Ben because it proves Davis knows about both the fake diamonds in the briefcase and the real ones hidden inside his socks. At first, Ben pretends he has no idea what Davis is talking about, but everything changes when Davis mentions the name Saria. Realizing his secret has been exposed, Ben removes his shoes, retrieves the hidden diamonds from his socks, and hands them over. As Davis prepares to escape, Ally suddenly grabs his gun and fires. The shot narrowly misses, forcing Davis to flee immediately. He drives to a parking garage, removes his disguise, carefully wipes down the vehicle to eliminate fingerprints, and abandons it before leaving. Once home, Davis hides the stolen diamonds inside a cup. While inspecting his mask, he notices a small bloodstain. The discovery alarms him because it could become valuable evidence linking him to the robbery. Throughout his criminal career, he has never made such a careless mistake, and he realizes it may only be a matter of time before the police begin closing in on him. Meanwhile, an insurance agent named Sharon visits one of her wealthy clients, Monroe. Hoping to convince him to insure his valuable artwork and other expensive possessions, she listens as Monroe proudly shows off his luxurious home and an elaborate panic room he built after hearing about wealthy homeowners being robbed and murdered. The meeting becomes awkward when Sharon mistakenly assumes Monroe's fiancée is actually his daughter. She leaves uncertain whether she managed to secure the insurance policy. Detective Luo begins investigating the diamond robbery. Instead of following the obvious leads, he studies the smallest overlooked details. Before long, he determines that the timing, precision, and execution of the crime point toward a highly experienced professional rather than an ordinary thief. Davis later meets with his criminal partner, whose job is to sell stolen valuables. The partner proposes another robbery targeting a jewelry store in Santa Barbara. Davis dislikes the idea because it would have to take place during daylight, violating his personal code of avoiding unnecessary risks. The disagreement quickly turns into a heated argument. That same night, Davis accidentally crashes into the car of a woman named Maya. The unfortunate encounter unexpectedly brings them together, and they agree to go on a date. During their time together, they open up about their lives, personal struggles, and the hardships they have experienced. Not long afterward, the Santa Barbara jewelry store is robbed by another criminal named Orman. Unlike Davis, Orman relies on violence and chaos instead of careful planning. When Detective Luo examines the crime scene, he immediately notices significant differences from the previous robberies. Although the methods appear similar on the surface, Luo concludes that someone entirely different committed the crime while attempting to imitate Davis's style. As time passes, Davis begins feeling that someone is watching him. His own associate betrays him by secretly placing a GPS tracker on his car to monitor his movements. At the same time, Sharon becomes increasingly involved in Davis's life. After discovering his true identity, she initially refuses to help him. However, after being humiliated by her employer and denied the promotion she expected, Sharon changes her mind. Seeking revenge, she provides Davis with confidential information about wealthy clients, including details about millions of dollars worth of diamonds and cash that will be present during an upcoming wedding at a luxury hotel. Soon after agreeing to work with Davis, Sharon becomes the target of Orman. He breaks into her home, terrorizes her, and demands the same confidential information she already shared with Davis. Terrified by the encounter, Sharon realizes she has become trapped between two dangerous criminals. With no other option, she contacts Detective Luo and confesses everything she knows, including the planned robbery. Davis proceeds with the hotel heist as planned, quickly taking control of everyone inside. However, he soon discovers Detective Luo is already present, leading to a tense confrontation between the two. Before either can gain the upper hand, Orman suddenly bursts into the room, shoots Monroe in the shoulder, and throws the entire situation into chaos. Faced with no alternative, Davis kills Orman to end the threat. Afterward, Detective Luo privately warns Monroe that a full investigation would expose his own illegal activities, including tax evasion and financial fraud. Such crimes could result in lengthy prison sentences and the seizure of his fortune. Wanting to protect himself, Monroe agrees to remain silent about everything that happened during the robbery. Several days later, life gradually returns to normal. Hoping to repair his relationship with Maya, Davis writes her heartfelt letter expressing his feelings. In the end, Davis anonymously sends Detective Luo a brand new car as a gift. Delighted with the unexpected present, Luo drives through the city in peace, keeping the truth about everything that happened buried forever.